Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Amirfirdaus from Group AP224-5C. Today I will present to you about task 1 for my project management 2 course presentation. The title of my presentation will be Safety and Health Management in Construction Project Management. In many nations, the construction industry is a vital component of the economy and is frequently viewed as a key engine of economic growth, particularly in developing nations. In most emerging nations, the building industry accounts for about 11% of gross domestic product. However, the construction industry is known as the most dangerous land-based work sector. The construction industry is associated with several accidents and fatalities. Growing number of deaths and injuries related to construction industry is troubling, which is average of about 5,000 for annual report construction accidents. According to Tan Sri Lee Lam T, said the Occupational Safety and Health Department, which is DOSH, statistic recorded which is about 169 deaths and 3,911 accidents in construction sector for 2018. Safety and health hazards are very difficult to control in a constantly changing work environment. Nevertheless, numerous construction activities present inherent health and safety risks, such as working at a height, working underground, working in confined spaces, and proximity to falling materials, manually handling loads, handling hazardous substances, noise, dust, using plant and equipment, fire exposure to lift cables, poor housekeeping, and ergonomics. In an urban context, health and safety accidents are relatively more prevalent due to the rise of high-rise building, the increased complexities of domain-wide construction projects to accommodate the modernizations of cities, and the high demand for housing, office, service, and other infrastructures because of urbanization. Therefore, despite its significance, the construction industry is seen as hazardous because of its frequent and high accident rate and health issues for employees, practitioners, and end users. For the purpose of my task, which is the aim of this task, is to identify what, why, and when the safety and health management is implemented in construction project. Furthermore, this task also to study how the safety and health management being implemented in construction project. This task also tends to describe the stakeholders and process involved in implementing safety and health in construction project. What is safety and health management in construction? Health refers to the protection of people's body and minds from illness caused by materials, methods, or procedures employed in workplace, whereas safety refers to the protection of individuals from physical injury. A safety culture is built through the establishment of a fundamentally sound safety program. It creates a safety culture drives each employee's thoughts and actions in their personal and professional life. And safety management system are a set of rules, procedures, and strategies that systematically manage workplace health and safety of workers and can help to reduce the risk of injury and sickness caused by industrial activities. Wondering why is safety and health management needed in a construction project? It is because the construction industry itself is inherently hazardous. The safety and health management in construction project management is ensuring that the building implement the safety and health requirement to the construction whole process, and building while ensuring that the project is within the client desired quality and cost. The work site also comprises multiple contractors and subcontractors and sometimes involves constantly changing relationships with the other workers. Construction projects also involve a diversity of construction activity taking place simultaneously, such as for the formwork for column can be done while the concrete is being poured into different structures. This can create a messy site environment, so the risk of a possible accident happening would be high. The possibility of contractor to step on the sharp object like nails from formwork as a result of a messy site is high, and and injury will be high, especially when they do not apply the safety equipment when they are doing their work. Besides that, it is to give an exposure to health and safety hazards out of own work activities as well as nearby activities which include bystander hazards. Health and safety practice on the job site will do more than protect workers and the public. Safety on construction sites not only protects employees but also the public. Inadequate safety standard may permit objects to fall on innocent onlookers, placing at danger at anyone that does not wear any safety helmet or anyone unrelated to the project. A safety management also comprises of system that provides a systematic technique to detect hazards and reduce risk while preserving assurance in the effectiveness of these risk controls. Identifications of site risk and hazard is important during job planning and execution of suitable measures to prevent bodily harm and property loss. For example, the hazard in the site such as weed-bearing soil should be identified first to make a measure to fix it and ensure the building works are not unstable because of it. The building can collapse from it, By identifying the hazard and mitigating the risk of it, it can help to avoid incidents such as a building being collapsed on the weed-bearing soil, thereby preserving reputation and preserving profits of the company that involved in construction project. When is safety and health management needed in construction project? Safety and health management in construction project needs to be applied by all the parties in the construction industry, from the planning stage to the completion stage. For the construction, all the project parties must have a sense of responsibility for safety and health management in construction industry. In the early stage of construction, it is implied in project planning process. It is provide the project with strategies, measures that enable the stakeholder to create a safety and health management plan, enable the project organizations to be able to consistently identify and manage health and safety risks and reduce the potential safety and health risks. It is also applied in client briefs and need statements. Clients should ensure that safety and health provisions are adequately provided in their project and building design that they desire. Furthermore, health and safety management also implies in a design stage. Design team in this stage should ensure that the building design and material specifications complies with the health and safety requirement and get the authority approval. In detail design stage, the design of the building material can be refined by engineering. The design of building material can be refined by engineer in ensuring each of building's design element complying with the safety and health requirement. Then the detailed cost can be estimated to get an actual cost of the building. Next, it is also applied in project monitoring throughout the construction stage. Project monitoring involves monitoring the work and making a progress report on the workers' safety to ensure all the workers comply with the safety rules and building regulation while constructing the building. Who are the stakeholders involved in this safety and health management? Parties involved in the construction, and there are various parties involved in the construction that implement safety and health management. The parties such as contractor in charge to comply with all requirements of health and safety in the contract. They also should be ensured to prepare a safety and health management system for all their projects. It is to ensure that they work by complying with the safety and health regulation, and it can reduce the accident rate for contractors itself while doing their work. Safety training and induction should be conducted to all parties that are involved in construction works, from contractor to subcontractor. Furthermore, contractors also need to prepare a safe work method statement or job safety analysis before their work. Contractors should ensure that they apply the procedures of every work in a safe manner based on the method statement were written. Consultant also involved in needs to provide implementation of health and safety in the construction project. They also need to ensure their design made by them, specifications, materials and construction methods used does not pose potential hazards. It is to make sure that the building design and material does not easily pose risk to the public and environment. For site supervisors, they should be educated on occupational health and safety and communicate this information with co-workers. The role of a site supervisor generally involves the management and supervision of a construction site in accordance with health and safety guidelines. It is the responsibility of the site supervisor to assess hazards, determine risks, conduct regular inspections, and maintain a safety program. The site supervisors should install warning signs and other safety measures to ensure worker awareness of hazard inside. The client is also involved to play an important role to the building safety. Client will consist of appointing the right people to do manage and do projects. Client should ensure that the project provide an adequate health and safety provision. It is by ensuring that the consultant provide the design that client desire that concern with safety and health requirement for projects. How is safety and health management applied in construction project? There are 4 stages mainly in construction project in applying safety and health management. The stages which are plan, do, act and check. Firstly, the stage would be in planning the safety and health management for the project. The planning stage consists of planning the safety and health policy. Management of the safety and health to be done by safety and health officer. Management of the safety and health to be done by safety and health officer. The implementation of an act such as occupational safety and health, which is referred to OSHA, should be studied in this stage. The law stipulates that every company should have a written safety and health policy. A safety policy statement, which is rule that states the declaration of a construction party commitment to safety. It describes the duty of the employee and the safety and health officers, the safety and health committees of company, occupational safety and health inspections and officers. It acknowledges safety as a basic company value comparable to production and quality. The agreement requires safety work practice for every employee and safe decision from management team. It established the underlying commitment of the project owner to ensure safety and health throughout the project. Safety and health management plan in project should be done to provide the project with strategies, measures that enable the project organizations to be able to consistently identify and manage health and safety risks and reduce the potential safety and health risks. Safety and health officer advise the employer or any person in charge of a place of work on the measures to be taken in the interest of the safety and health of the person employed in the place work. For the second stage would be do stage. In this stage, all the rules and measures to be taken from the planning stage is implemented. For example, after identifying the measure to be taken for the risk that may happen at site, on-site management of construction workers training and capability should be delegated to contractor. Comprehensive health and safety training is required. The training also should ensure that contractors know how to use the given tools and equipment. It is to provide them with the required training and ensure that the teaching materials reflect the most current procedures. With the information awareness, they will able to protect themselves and ensuring the safety of people thus around them during their site work. Safety and health requirement also Safety and health requirements also implemented in design and planning of the project. The building design and specifications of materials are inspected and evaluated to make sure it implements the safety and health requirement. Design specifications, materials and construction method should be ensured to not pose potential hazards. Design of construction is to be checked to avoid uncertainties such as building collapse because of its default design and effect to public. Project monitoring is also being made by consultants to ensure the safety and health implementation of the building and for the contractor at site. It is also to make sure that all the workers obey the rule of safety construction sites while doing their work. Next, for the check stage, the data should be checked and collected by health and safety officer from the performance of the construction project work and building, and being validated to assess the issue guard even after implementing safety and health procedures. Finally, the next stage should be done. It is to analyze the root cause of the problem occur and to identify the improvement process for it. The improvement process should be consist of safety measure to mitigate the problem that can occur inside. Conclusion: to summarize, construction industry is posed with many hazards and uncertainties to happen either with the worker on site or the passer-by public. All stakeholders in construction such as client, consultant and contractor should be responsible in keeping safety and health management in construction site throughout the construction process. The safety and health management should be implemented to identify the potential risks to happen on site and help the project manager to provide the solution for it. The construction site will be a safer platform for the workers. The safety of public also can be ensured. For example, in the early stage of construction, safety and health planning should be considered. The OSHA as a safety and health policies should be considered first. The contract site supervisors should be familiar with OSHA regulations and educate their employees about they are responsible.
Inside the huge platform, concrete foreman Perry receives the green light, and the climb.
Everyone on site should be bound by
As the entire platform creeps up, there are just inches to spare. Each worker needs to watch out for any section of platform or formwork that might catch on the newly formed concrete walls.
So the building will be safe for the workers and public after it is completed. That's all from me. Thank you.